Hello and welcome to It's Tea Time. I'm your host, Jonathan Sellers, and joined again this week by the Director of Athletics of Troy University, Jeremy McClain. And Jeremy, a very exciting week last week at Troy University, and a very good win for the football team, who've kind of, as we've been saying, they're starting to put things together. And I believe over the last three games, 144 points, and that's the most since 1993 over a three-game span. So really offense is rolling, and the defense the other day was rolling as well. So a very exciting weekend for Troy.
No doubt about it. It was a lot of fun, and just to really for our players to be able to play that way at home and in front of the home crowd was a lot of fun. And I know they felt really good about that, and our coaches did as well. And so, like you said, things have really begun to start clicking over the last few weeks. That three-game stretch where we've really offensively put it together and put up some serious points. I think probably what people don't realize, and statistically, if you look at nationally, our turnaround on defense is one of the best in the country as far as yards per play. And so, not to be ignored. Like you said, the defense really has shown out as well. And so, and we'll have a big challenge coming up this weekend.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Georgia Southern is the final home game of the season. Some other events going on that we'll get to in a second. But Georgia Southern is a very tough team. They really showed up last year in this league, and offensively, that's where they shine. And so the defense is really going to have to step up. This
yeah, that's right. Georgia Southern, no secrets on what they're going to do offensively. They will tell you what they're going to do, and then they're just going to keep doing it over and over and over, and you got to keep stopping it. And so that's a version of the triple option. And so very tough to defend. It makes defenses be very disciplined, and so very little room for mistake. And so our guys will have to be on top of their game, and I know we'll be prepared. Our coaches will have them prepared to do just that.
And this has kind of been a rivalry that dates back to the 1AA days where these two teams squared off. So some of those old Troy State fans will want to come back and see this one, but it'll be a new rivalry that will hopefully continue on for years and years and years, and then we'll get the better half of this year.
Yeah, no doubt. It's I think you're right. I think App State and Georgia Southern, those two coming in together, just brought a ton of history, success-wise, with those programs, and it's going to be a good rivalry because I think Georgia Southern and App State are going to be teams that are always going to be in competition for that league title, and so we plan on being there too. And so it's going to end up being a really good rivalry.
And some other things going on this weekend is this will be the alumni band game. So all the old Sound of the South, I shouldn't say old, all the past Sound of the South band members are welcome to come back and perform on the field. I know they're expecting a big crowd for this one. It's the 50th anniversary of the Sound of the South and the 75th anniversary of Troy's marching band program. So a very big weekend for that.
No doubt. I'm excited about that because it will be my first opportunity to see that group. But the response has been great. Everything we've heard from a ticket standpoint and making arrangements, it's going to be a very large group and it should be a lot of fun. And I think like any opportunity to have an alumni day or reunion type event is always fun to get everybody back together. So really look forward to seeing that.
Well, and the weather should be. Last week we were kind of in question what the weather was going to do. It ended up being pretty good. There was a little bit of rain, but this weekend it's maybe cool, but it should be nice. So we don't have that to worry about.
Right. It's there are probably very few people who spend more time looking at the weather than we do. It's such a big factor, especially when it comes to football and kind of. From a fan's perspective, you're going to be outside all day and you want to know what's happening. Last weekend was a great example. We had a really tough forecast all week. The day of the game ended up being pretty good. And so, but I think a lot of people had kind of made the decision early in the week that maybe they were going to do something different. So this week it looks really good, and knock on wood, we'll hope that continues. And it really sounds like great football weather. It's going to be in the 60s, high in the 60s, and clear skies, and so it's going to be, I think, a great day for football.
Yeah, you'll want to bring a light jacket for maybe the end of the game, but as you said, a great day for football, and also for our young football fans who maybe have already joined what we're calling T-Roy's team, which is a new promotion that we're having here at Troy University, and maybe you could kind of go over what that is.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to really engage our young fans, and we have Chick-fil-A helped sponsor that with us this year and helped set that up, but just an opportunity to get them involved, make them feel a part of what's going on. And I think one of the things, we'll have them down on the field pregame this time to be a part of our high five tunnel.
Right.
So they'll get to high five the players as they're coming out onto the field to get into the helmet and line up and get ready to make their entrance. So it'll be a really cool aspect for our young fans. And my kids are members of it. They're going to be excited about getting a chance to do that. So something we look to grow for years to come.
My daughter is in it too. We just hung up her autographed T-Roy picture last night, so she's very excited about it. But maybe if the fans and their children have not gotten signed up for it, is there still time to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would ask them to reach out to our office, to the athletic department office, and do just that. But definitely, there's still time to sign up.
And this is the perfect opportunity. You always talk about starting from the ground up. Well, this is literally starting from when they're born to turning them into Troy fans, and that's no better way to do it than get them involved with the athletics program. So.
No doubt. We want to, ultimately the plan would be for them to be pretty ingrained in Troy by the time they make a decision on where they're going to school. And so we'll start them young and work that plan.
All right, well, let's talk about the basketball team. We got to see them in action finally over on Thursday night, both teams playing exhibition games, and both teams performing pretty well.
Yeah, it was fun to see. I mean, I think on the women's side, I think we'll see more of what we saw last year from Coach Rigby's team, playing very fast and putting up a lot of points. And so that was fun to see. And then on the men's side, we got quite a few new faces, some young guys, but who performed really well the other night. It was really, really encouraging to see those young guys really can step up in that first game and show what they could do. And so that was positive. And obviously, we're gonna kick off the regular season here this week. And on Friday, the women host West Alabama. Okay. That's a noontime game. That's in Trojan Arena, and the reason we do that as a noontime game, it's our education day. Okay. And so we'll get a lot of the schools in the area who want to participate. They'll bring kids by the busload into Trojan Arena, and we'll have lunch for them, and they'll get to watch the game. So it's a great experience for them, and a great experience for our team as well, because we have a great crowd there to see them play. And so that'll be noon on Friday, and then the men's team will play their first. They go on the road Friday down at South Florida. We'll be back here on Sunday to host Reinhardt at 2 p.m. In Trojan Arena Sunday. So
you can see both teams in action over the weekend. The women, as you said, it's a noontime tip, so if you've got a lunch break or if you're off that afternoon, go check them out at lunch, and then the men Sunday afternoon will be at home. So good opportunity to see both of those. And we'll go ahead and mention it. They will also be back the 19th, which I believe is next Thursday, and then we'll to play UAB, which is a big one.
Absolutely. UAB had a great run last year, made it to the tournament, and won a game in the tournament. And so they'll be really good again. So it'll be a great challenge for our guys. And we really need to take advantage of the opportunity to have them here, create that home court advantage, and get a great crowd out and create a little atmosphere for our guys to try to battle a very good UAB team. And
we'll talk more about that one next week for sure. But our soccer team, unfortunately, wrapped up their season last week as they fell in the second round of the Sun Belt tournament. But another great season for Jason Hamilton and his team.
No doubt. They were really a joy to watch. It was fun for me to get to be around them and know them a little bit. Coach Hamilton's doing a great job. A tough game. We lost to Georgia State in the semifinals there, and played really well. We lost them on penalty kicks. We went 2 overtimes in penalty kicks, and just a tough one, kind of a heartbreaker, but wasn't for lack of effort or really execution. We played well. It's just kind of a tough draw there, but really proud of the way they finished, and really like where we're headed as a program there, and I think they're very, very bright days ahead.
And then the volleyball team, they wrapped up their home schedule with Senior Day and a very big win on Senior Day, and then they'll finish up their regular season this week.
That's right. Senior Day Sunday, we had a great experience there with the seniors and the way they played. They beat Little Rock 3-0 and really showed out on Sunday. And so hopefully they can carry that momentum over. They'll finish up this week, Friday at Georgia Southern, and finish the regular season, and then get ready for the conference tournament, which is also over in Georgia. And so that'll happen. And I think we're going to be seated anywhere from 4 to 6, depending on how the rest of this week goes. And so really a step forward, a step in the right direction from last year, and excited about participating in the postseason.
All right, and we'll just kind of wrap things up, taking a look back at all the things we have going on this weekend. First off, Friday at noon, women's basketball team will tip off in Trojan Arena. They're playing West Alabama.
That's right.
Then we've got the football game on Saturday, 2:30 kicks, so same surrounding events as last week. Trojan Walk at 12:15, all those things. And then, again, the men will tip off at 2 o'clock on Sunday in Trojan Arena.
Correct. So rest up between now and then. It's going to be a fun weekend. We're going to have plenty to do, and hopefully we'll have 3 victories to show for it.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. Stay tuned for more coming up on It's Tea Time. Now it's time to talk about the men's basketball team with the head coach of that program, and that's Coach Phil Cunningham. And Coach, welcome back. I know you being here means it's another season and time for basketball, so I'm sure you're ready to go.
We're ready. The weather outside feels like it's basketball season already, so we open up Friday night, and so that time of the year is here for us.
Well, we'll get to that game in just a second, but fans got a chance to finally see you in action last Thursday night as you took on AUM in an exhibition game, and a lot of guys got experience. A lot of guys got their first experience on the D1 level, and just talk about that game for us.
Well, we had 6 guys who played their first Division I game on last Thursday night against AUM, and so what we wanted to do, and it turned out that we were able to do so, we wanted to make sure all those guys who hadn't played, not just the freshmen, but guys like Jeremy Holloman and Damian Ottman, who sat out last year and redshirted, even Yarrow, but Yarrow got in foul trouble this game, but those guys who didn't play, so we really wanted to get those guys time, and that's why Wesley Person only played 15 or 16 minutes, John Walton, Kelton Ford, some of those guys didn't play as many minutes. We wanted to get those young guys and try to get those nerves settled down before we open up for real this week.
Well, and to talk about some of those younger players that maybe the fans haven't seen yet, you got a lot of new faces, as we've mentioned, and including some freshmen who really got some experience the other day and really showed out, including Jordan Venardo, who you coached his brother back at Mississippi State.
Yeah, we recruited Jarvis at Mississippi State, and he was there 4 years, and he was the all-time NCAA history records shot block leader in history, and so we had a natural built-in relationship with the family, and just really fortunate to get Jordan. I think he's going to have a terrific career here, and he probably surprised us and himself and everybody else a little bit Thursday. But he's that kind of guy. He's a real versatile guy. He can, he can score inside, he can score outside. He had 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks Thursday night. So we're really looking for big things from him. He's just inexperienced as a freshman, but so was Wesley Person last year, and he had a good year. So we're looking for similar things from Jordan.
Now, do you see some of his brother in him in his play?
It's interesting. Jarvis, his older brother, was about 6'9", so he was at least 3 inches taller, but yes, definitely see some similarities. When Jordan blocked 5 shots, it definitely like we were watching a replay because Coach Grant and Coach Franklin, we were all over there together at the time. But Jordan is further along offensively than his brother was at this point in his career. So, and Jordan can shoot the 3, hit 2 out of 2 threes the other night. So, again, we're expecting a lot of things, and we need him to step up early.
And maybe talk about Jeremy Holloman and Damian Ottman, some of these guys who were on the team last year, but maybe had to redshirt for some reason or another.
Right. Yeah, well, we had all those guys get hurt last year, and we actually redshirted Damian, which didn't turn out to be a real smart move. But when Yarrow got hurt, we thought Yarrow would be back quicker than he was. So we didn't want to burn that year with Damian after we'd already sat him out for about a month, and then Yarrow didn't end up playing either. So, but Damian is a 6'8", kind of stretch 4 type guy. He's skilled. He's more of he's got perimeter skills for a big guy, and he's just got to play within himself. He's a real enthusiastic young man and plays with great energy. He's pretty athletic, and we just have to keep him again within himself offensively. Jeremy Holloman is the guy who I think will be one of the better guards in the league. And in our league, the coaches have forgotten about him because he didn't play last year. He was really good coming out of junior college, and when he got here, and he had immediately had surgery in the summer when he got here and didn't play at all last year, and only practiced with us for about the last couple of months of the season. So he's, the thing that really helped him, though, in his year off, he did a good job in the weight room. He added about 20 pounds of muscle. But he's a versatile guy. He can shoot the 3. He's got a really good mid-range game, and he knows how to play. So he'll be one of the surprise guys in our league.
Now you get to kind of take things on the road for that first game of the year, first regular season game as you play South Florida. What do you know about them?
Well, Orlando Antigua is their coach, and he was with Coach Calipari at Kentucky and at Memphis. So the first thing it tells you is he understands how to recruit talent.
Right.
And if you look at their roster, they have a really talented team. They've got a couple transfers. A young man from Maryland, Roddy Peters, who was a top 50 recruit out of high school, who sat out last year and will play this year. They brought in a kid named Angel Nunez, a 6'8" guy who can play either forward spot, who was at Gonzaga, one of those one-year guys like Musa was for us last year. And they've got a bunch of guys returning from the team last year. So you look at them and just their physical appearance, they're obviously a team from from the American Athletic Conference, which UConn and SMU and Cincinnati, people like that play in. So they look the part.
Now, I mean, is there anything you've seen that maybe you have an advantage in that you think you can take advantage of against them?
Well, we really shoot the ball well. We'll spread you out with a lot of little guards, and we hope we can get in the paint off the dribble some and create open threes, and it'll kind of be their size and strength and against our quickness and skill. And for example, in their first exhibition game, they went 2 for 12 from the three-point line. We go 11 for 22.
Right.
So it just tells you a little bit about where they're trying to emphasize, scoring offensively off the dribble and then throwing the ball inside, and then obviously offensive rebounding with their size. Whereas we're trying to spread you out and use our quickness and create open shots on the perimeter.
All right, Coach. Well, and then you got your first regular season home game on Sunday. So Friday, and then come back Sunday as you play Reinhardt at 2 o'clock. Do you know anything about Reinhardt?
We've seen a little video on them so far. They've already, by the time they come in and play us, as all non-Division I teams do, they get to play a little earlier.
Right.
So they will have played 6 games. We'll be their 7th game, and it'll be our 2nd regular season game. So they should be similar to AUM, that type of team, well coached and spread out, and going to play, be smaller than us. So we'll have to match up and guard their quickness. And I think they shoot the ball better than AUM. Probably don't have a good big man like AUM had, but they'll be particularly coming off Friday night and sandwiched in between the UAB game next week. It'll be more, we got to make sure we're mentally locked in for that game.
Well, and hopefully you'll have a big crowd for that home opener, and I know a lot of fans are ready for the season. So.
It's here.
All right, Coach, and I know we'll be excited to talk next week about that UAB game, a big one at home, November 19th.
Right.
All right, thanks, Coach.
John.
Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more coming up on It's Tea Time. Welcome back to It's Tea Time, and now with basketball season starting up, we're going to talk with the Director of Operations for the women's basketball team, and that's Jasmine Green. And Jasmine, welcome to Troy University.
Thank you so much.
I know
Thank
you are new here, and you're kind of getting used to Coach Rigby and everything that's going on over there, and I know it's probably tough to keep track of with just how fast they're moving over there.
Yes. No, Coach Rigby is awesome. She's definitely, a great leader, somebody, I'm having a joyous time working for, and myself and other coaches are definitely enjoying this experience.
And I know it's been a good one so far. Got things started with the exhibition season the other day with a big win over Stillman, reached that 100-point mark and exceeded it in a big win. So what was that game like? You know what?
The intensity of that game was perfect. We had a really great turnout. That was, of course, our whiteout night.
Right.
So, we're starting to theme it to, switch it up for the students a bit, give them something to, look forward to outside of the actual event, the basketball game. But overall, we were very pleased with the crowd turnout and, the fan involvement. So it was a pretty good turnout for us.
And then I know you're getting the regular season started on a Friday.
Yes.
Friday at noon. People maybe say, why is the game at noon? So explain that to us.
That game, it's of course, it's our drink up game. So we benchmark off the Michelle Obama Let's Move campaign, where we educate the community and the kids on the importance of proper nutrition and physical activity. So we definitely have a lot in stores for them as far as free water, free fruit, fan engagement. We have some things in stores for them from that component. And also, it's a great chance to get them in the arena. We have a great facility, a $40 million facility with 5,020 seats. So of course we want to fill that arena. So. But it'll be a great opportunity to get them in there, get them cheering for us. So.
And it's a game against West Alabama. Do you know anything about the opponent, what to expect out of them?
You know what? And that's more so the coaches.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and, keep that recruiting and scouting side to them. But, I believe West Alabama, if we don't come to play, then, there's a chance, of course, we'll fall to them. But that's if we're not prepared to play. But we're very much prepared, and, we're looking forward to an exciting game. So.
But I know the brand of basketball that Coach Rigby plays is really perfect for all these students that will be coming in because they won't lose their attention span at all because they will keep on moving the whole entire time.
It's definitely run and gun. It's a run and gun style. And, we have perfect girls for that system. So the coaches did a great job, selecting the girls that'll be able to come in and run and gun and put some points on the board. So we're very pleased.
And I know you said that it's a student day, it's meant for the children, but it's not just for the children. Anybody is welcome to come, and they are welcome to come out there. And if you haven't been to when they have that noon kickoff for the younger students, it's actually fun to watch them do all the contests that they have and all the games that they play. So if you get the chance at lunch, go out there and watch the game.
Please. It's going to be a joyous experience, for the kids, and the excitement. It'll be good. It'll be good. And of course, it's not for just the students. It's a free game. So
right.
We're marketing towards Troy community. And our kids too. We would love to see our students
right.
in there for lunch break and when they get out of class. So it'll be great.
And you can't beat free. I mean,
and you can't beat free.
And then after that game, you've got another one. You wait a week and then you play again on the 22nd.
On the 22nd, and that falls on a Sunday. And of course, we want to get people in.
Mm-hmm.
We want to get people in, and we'll play Fort Valley State at 2 p.m. on Sunday. So we're expecting. We have high expectations this year.
Right.
We're going to switch it up and do things a little bit different. But of course, they're all contribute to the positive side of the program, and that's winning games. The coaches did a great job last season, going
right.
20-11, 15-5 in conference play, and we're just trying to exceed those expectations. We're trying to go up.
And just keep things going. Well,
yeah.
I know there'll be a lot of things this year, a lot of events going around the games, and we hope to hear more about them. So please feel free to come back. If we don't want to hear about from the coaches, we want to hear the more fun side of things, you can come talk to us.
That sounds perfect.
All right, thank you for joining us.
No problem. Happy to be here.
All right, and stay tuned for more coming up on It's Tea Time. And welcome to our final segment here on It's Tea Time, and we're going to talk volleyball with the head coach of the volleyball team, and that's Coach Sonny Kirkpatrick. And Coach, last weekend, senior day on Sunday against Arkansas Little Rock, and a team that you've kind of struggled against over the years, hadn't beaten them since 2012, but were able to come up with a big win on Sunday on that final home game of the year.
It's always good to play at home, and we like our home court advantage. And Little Rock has posed numerous matchup problems for us. They graduated 3 really important players to their team last year. Had the preseason conference player of the year coming back from their team, so we knew it was going to be difficult. And luckily, we came up with a game plan, and the team followed it to a T. And it's always good to get a win on senior night and reward your seniors for all the hard work and blood, sweat, and tears that they've put in.
That's exactly right, and you saw the great images from that day, and getting to have all the family and friends come back for that final home game is always a special moment.
It is. Our seniors have been through so much. Their freshman year, they helped us go to the number 2 seed in the Sun Belt tournament, best record as a Division I program, and the big win over Western Kentucky. Right. And they've had some huge moments in their careers, and to send them out with a win was really, really good for us.
And now you get to go on the road for your final regular season game of the year, head to Georgia Southern. Haven't played them yet. What have you found in scouting them?
They pose some matchup problems. They've got some really good players. They're big lefty setter, 6'3" setter, who is doing a really nice job at points in their offense, and we've got to be able to defend her. And ultimately, it still comes down to us taking care of the ball on our side. If we can continue to get better with the serve-receive touches and our defense, we always can be in a match. Our defense turns directly to offense, and we did some really good things on Sunday, so hopefully we can continue that on Friday night.
Now, your team can finish anywhere in the standings right now from 4th to 6th, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
No.
Okay.
It could have been that way depending on what had happened Sunday.
Okay.
Little Rock basically has the edge on us, tiebreaker edge. They beat us by more points than we beat them. It comes down basically to Friday night for us, Friday night for South, and Sunday for South.
Okay.
If South wins both, then we stay the 7th seed. If they split, we stay the 7th seed. And if they lose both, then we move up to the 6th seed if we win and get a chance to beat Georgia Southern. It still all depends on us. We want to carry a little bit of a win streak into the conference tournament. Being the fact that we're going to be in that same building the following week, it would be good for us to get a little momentum. And we really can't worry about what other teams do or don't do. And it's in our hands where we kind of have a chance to finish, and then we let everything else kind of fall where it may.
Exactly. Do your job is kind of the mantra for that one. Just do what you got to do. And does playing that final regular season game in that venue kind of help you out, being familiar with it, not having played in it at the very beginning there? Is it better to be familiar with it right beforehand?
I believe so. Last year when we went over there to play Georgia Southern, their arena was under construction, so we didn't even play there last year. And I don't believe that any of my players currently have been in that building. So the fact that we get a chance to be in there, basically 4 days out of 6, I think is a benefit to us. And we're going to try to use that as our home court advantage no matter who we play. I think it's a benefit, and we'll have to wait and see what happens on Friday.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck on Friday.
Thank you very much.
All right. And join us again next week for more on It's Tea Time.